All right, so welcome back to my channel. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are we all doing? I hope all is well with you. I hope all is well with all of us. Please make sure you give me your ear on this program. I'm not gonna waste much time because today is our usual Sunday weekly program, right? So we're gonna have it today, and I am inviting you 12 noon Biafran time. Be here so we can do it together. And I would like you to, or not only just be here, you have to also follow us, join us in the studio so that we can do the prayer together. All right. Whether you agree or disagree, just come in and make your prayer declaration. And even if you don't like, don't matter, you don't know how to pray. Nobody know how to pray. We're actually learning. So please join us 12 noon different time here on this platform. We come live and have our weekly prayer program. So count on that 12 noon different time. Be here. Now I would like to go straight to the program that brought us here, which is no election in Biafra land come November. And the USB government have actually fixed the date and the program, and they have declared sit at home throughout the time of election. So, because normally many of you know that in Nigeria, Nigerian government have a way of conducting an election in Anambra State, which I've discussed in our previous video. The reason why is so. It is so because there was this destruction in the gubernatorial post in Anambra State where someone was a kind of corruption that happened before. So just amend it between governor of I think Lady Tiaba, or I can't remember, Peter B then, and Andy and Oba, something like that. So what I'm saying is that Anambra State they're going to conduct their gubernatorial election, and USB government have warned Nigerian state to stay away from conducting the election in Anambra. So Ndikwe and Ndekwe somehow. But the truth is that Biafran have the result to stand tall to make sure that no election will be carried out in Biafran land, especially Nigerian election. They don't want it, and USB government have determined to do that. So when you see some people reporting that there won't be any election and all that, they even went as far as bringing old video of Mazamekano, where Mazamekano said something like that in the past, and they just branded it as if it is new. Do you understand? This is the lies that they love to tell. But believe it or not, no election in Anambra State, the government of USB declared, are not sleeping over that. They are very determined about, because yesterday in the fundraising, COS, cleared air on that. She said it, and the way I'm saying it is not business as usual. But just pray. That's why we have to pray, and prayer is the key, because without God, you can't do it on your own. You may have the willing, you may have the urge, but the strength may not be there. But with God, as you have the strength, you have the will, you have the urge, you have the strength as well. That's what God do. And our purpose of that prayer is to avert, unaliving people, and survive. Because normally what Nigerian government do is, once Biafrans say that they don't want this, that is what they will bring. And bring it just to provoke the people. You understand? And just like sit at home, all the time that PM announced it, they keep on sending their forces to counter that, just to make it look like Simon Ekpa is one, or Biafrans are the one unaliving people because they want people to stay at home. But after the arrest of PM, We have seen that people are still sitting at home, even though, because even before PM, before his arrest, the tempo dropped a little bit. Why? Because of the preparation of declaring of Biafra. The declaration of Biafrans were very, very busy preparing for that, because that's a task that was set to accomplish. When they noticed that they couldn't distract Biafrans from declaring Biafra, they went ahead to arrest PM, thinking that that will be the ultimate response to stop or to plant fear. COS grabbed the bull by its horn and ran with it and declared Biafra, which of course they still go about possessing and taking people, paying them off just to rubbish that declaration. Do you know why I often play some clips from that declaration? For you to see the happiness and the atmosphere and compare it with people that are very busy now or that have been busy since after that declaration, working hard to rubbish it and make it look like a child play. What am I saying this morning? In Ambazonia, in Cameroon, they have declared the same seat at home, no election as well. And there's something I want us to learn from Ambazonia this morning. So without wasting much of your time, I think this is the right time for you to like the video. You don't just watch and go. Why don't you just like the video? I don't know your problem. It doesn't mean that your hands are so heavy to touch the like button, or you are so special that liking the video will make you lose your credibility. I don't understand. Please do me a favor and like the video and subscribe to the channel in case if you're new. It's not gonna cost you anything. What you do here is not to preach violence. We don't, preach lies or promote lies, but to bring it to you the way it is. Remember, you have the final choice. I don't force you to do anything. Biafran government, USB government has been declared. Whether you like it or not, it has been declared. Whether you support or not, it has been declared. Before the declaration, more than 50 million Biafrans decided that Biafra will be declared. So it's not as if CS just wake up and say, "Oh, hello guys, today is from henceforth today is we are going to be USB." No, USB government declared was planned years ahead, and they map out 1 year for the preparation. So please, I don't want to hear like that. When I listen to Jovika, he said, of course, I think I'm right by calling him she, because the way the guy is talking sometimes, it's not even women, of course, they are more brutal, more smarter and intelligent than Jovika. Anyway, I'm not here to do comparison, but I'm trying to tell you that some of our men are not supposed to be men. Even they don't even deserve to be women. They should create another gender for them. But that's a story for another day. Jovika, who claims he's a clergyman, he's Igbo man, he's this, he's right, he's telling you that so-called DPM, so-called. When I listen to him, I felt like this guy, he make me sick. Anyway, please let's go to the program that brought us here. In Ambazonian, in Cameroon, they say something which from the New Central TV says, with parts of Cameroon's Anglophone region on lockdown and fear silence voters, questions remain about turnout in Sunday's election, the first in 43 years, with the real promise of change. Now, they're also carrying out, there's an election coming up in Cameroon. Ambazonians, brother to Biafrans, decided to follow the way of what USB government have already declared, that there won't be any election in Biafra land. Hear it from the horse's mouth, not from me.
There is another side of the population whose sentiments are very fragmented. Some are in fear, especially those whom we have spoken with in the Anglophone areas of the country, where, as we know, a crisis has been raging since 2016. Currently, for the last 2 weeks, there's been a sit-down, shutdown in the northwest and the southwest regions of Cameroon, which is predominantly Anglophone, where populations have said that they have not been allowed to go out to do business. They have not been allowed to go out to reduce. Significantly, they are not going to be.
When you hear Anglophone, you are talking about Ambazonians. They are the ones that have declared it at home and they are determined to that. That's something they said, this lady said here, that caught my attention. Watch.
Able to exercise their civic duty. So a lot of people have been in fear. Even some Anglophones we have spoken with in the capital city have been afraid to speak with us in fear that there might be repercussions.
Hold it there. In the capital city of Cameroon, you know, remember, the same way you have Chukofewu, the same way you have Ejele, the same way you have Jovika, the same way you have all these puff media reporters, the way they are talking from both sides of their mouth, and of course, abetting and equipping their people who are actually looking for a way to destroy their race. You still have the same people like that in Cameroon as well. Like I told us, it's not Chukofebu is not only born in Igbo land or in Biafra land. There are many Chukofebu anywhere you hear freedom of the people. Chukofebu and Ijele, their class will always surface. It is natural. But the thing is that if you have a brother like that, like Joy Bogo of this world, old people with a chicken brain, they don't understand. I'm not saying that old people don't have brain. I'm talking about the man himself, who happened to be supposed to be an elder man, an elder, who is now is more than 50, if not 60, right? Well, it's 50, of course. He's above 60. Talking about 60, 70 years. Then he's telling you that Mazakana should not be released. Let alone, imagine somebody who's saying Mazakana should not be released. Is that, do you think such person believe in Biafra? The easiest way to know who is against your freedom is those who say, telling you Mazakana should remain there. Hold him there. Like one of the, Igbo people have a lot of senseless people in Igbo. So that's this guy from Enugu State, a man with a long white beard that I've shown here on my platform. Some people say he lives in Germany. In one of his programs, I was watching it just to hear his own side of the story. Somebody called in, the person said, why is Mazamukan, why are people bothered about him? He said that if he buy, then Biafra will come faster. So why are people who want Biafra are not saying he should not be buy? They should allow him to buy. Senseless people. These are wicked and dojo, very wicked and senseless human beings. Nobody is saying that Mazakano should buy for Biafra to come. He made a statement telling people that are looking for his death that even if you buy me, the thing will still come. He's not going to take and stop anything. Is Ojukwu here? Is Ojukwu here? He's no longer here. Likewise, many commanders and generals during 1967, many of them have come and gone. Today, are we not having you that are doing the same thing they did? That's why you cannot destroy ideology. Even them that hold Namazakan, they knew. That is not the solution. So he said here, this lady said, she said here, that in the capital state of Cameroon, some Anglophones, that's Ambazonian people, that they try to interview, try to know their own opinion, they refuse to talk. They refuse to comment. Why? That they are afraid of repercussion. What they may say. Until you start having defined way to kind of serving them their own food. Those who are now using their platform or using their voice to make sure that Igbo people are being enslaved in Nigeria. Because today, what you have now, our land is being colonized again, not even from white man direct, but from Fulani. We are being colonized. That's why you have governors that I prefer to call warrant chief. Like in the olden days, they are still warrant chief. Imagine a sitting governor who cannot even command, security of his own security to do something for his own people. Never. The governor will still wait for a call from above. So what is the what is there no is that no warrant chief job? What would warrant chief did during the time of Lolo Gadanko? That's the job of warrant chief. What is their job? Do they don't have final say? They have to pass order to. They don't cannot decide anything on their own. They have to be answerable to one white person. Do you understand? Exactly what our governors in the old Eastern regions are doing. You have to pass information, have to listen for, wait for the final call from above. Or God top. That's what they normally call it in Nigeria, right? Oga top. So please hear this lady again, hear her again.
Those are the sentiments that we've been able to get in other parts of the country. There is a clamor for change. A lot of people have told us we want change. It's been 43 years of the same old regime, and we want to see that change comes. In terms of voter turnout, as you asked, last elections in 2018, the voter turnout was about 56%, about 6 million people came out to vote. This year, given the long-standing apathy, complaints of the crisis and the fear of insecurity, the pundits tell us that they are worried about voter turnout. That will be the biggest concern of this election. Hopefully, there would be a record that will be broken from the 2018 elections of 56%, but that is yet to be seen.
Now, this is the news that I want you to pay attention to, because everything that this lady said here, the one that caught my attention is that response from Ambazonians in the capital city of Cameroon, telling this reporter, no, I don't want to say anything because of repercussion. If you don't have a way to answer this reporter that always speak from the both sides of their mouth, they will keep on making the same mistake. And I'm not calling for war or to buy anybody. I'm just trying to tell you guys, you must divine a miss to respond to them. You must divine. There must be something. There must be. Israel did it during their own time. People who are, against their freedom, there was a repercussion for them. In Finland, the red group and the whatever group they call themselves, the same thing. You must divine. There must be a well-defined repercussion for you to forge ahead, because history made it known that people who are fighting against your freedom will always want to use your own people against your freedom. It is normal. But you yourself that are fighting for your freedom, you need to define a means to counter that. I know that Biafra are somehow, our own case is somehow delicate, but now there's government. And with time, government is not even up to 1 year. This coming month will be the birthday, the anniversary of USB government, 1 year anniversary. So, and they're going to count, their achievements so far, despite all the lasbas of this world, despite everything, the achievement in Yagba. But I'm going to leave it. It's going to be a story for another day. Please tell me what you think about it. Remember, we are coming back for our weekly prayer. Please be part of it. Do not slack back. God bless you. And let me know what you think about it. See you again. Bye-bye for now.